Aloha and welcome to Hi Now Daily. We hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'm Natalie Duran and we have a beautiful show for you today. But first, we're going to head over to Prince Waikiki where Rachel is checking out a one-of-a-kind modern floral bouquet art exhibit that just made its debut. Let's check it out.
Aloha everyone, yes, we are here at the Prince Waikiki and I'm standing next to their general manager, Sean Ganhinhin, and we're talking about a brand new art installation that they've just set up here. Sean, you gotta tell me a little bit about how this art installation got started.
Yeah, so last year we started Art Redefined, and what that is an experience where you can have these art experiences through all sorts of mediums. Could be traditional art, food and beverage, sight and sound, whatever it may be. And so this year, for this installment, leading up through the end of summer, we partnered with Kristen Looks, who owns Modern Bouquet. And what she's doing is she's done a great pop-up shop in our lobby. And she'll be able to showcase her pieces here, and we'll also be including her in some of our exclusive wedding packages. But one of the things that we pride ourselves on is being an art-forward company, right? So as you can tell as you look around the lobby, everything was built with intention, between design or some of our art pieces. And everywhere throughout the property, we try to incorporate art, whether that's, again, all kinds of different mediums. And so this is a way to continue to support the arts and also support our community.
Very cool. Now, how long is this art installation going to be here at Prince Waikiki?
Through the end of summer.
Okay, through the end of summer. Now I'm very excited to meet Kristen Mooks. I'm going to head into the art installation and see what it's all about. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, come on with me. We're going to go right in here to meet Kristen Mooks. It looks like she's getting last finishing details going on here. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, welcome. Come on in.
Thank you for having me today. Tell me a little bit about this space and, of course, your business, how it all got started.
Yeah, so I started Modern Bouquet Preservation as a wedding planner. None of my clients had a place to preserve their bouquets, even in the state. And so, you know, I always loved flowers growing up as a little girl, and I could never keep them alive, though. So the inside joke at the office is I excel at not keeping them alive.
Well, that's really good for people like me who can't keep flowers alive as well, because there are ways that you can preserve it and still find the beauty in it and bring it all home, right?
Yes, absolutely. So that's kind of why I named this exhibit Second Bloom. This entire exhibit, all natural flowers, was basically donated by my friends in the wedding industry because either their wedding clients didn't need their flowers anymore, or florists who wanted to throw away their flowers because they were either damaged or just too old to sell. So this is kind of like giving them a second chance to be admired and enjoyed through the art of preservation.
Very cool. Now let's talk a little bit about preservation and the methods, the process. How long did this take for you to set up?
Amazingly, this came to set up in just short 6 weeks. So we kind of put our things together to rush and make it happen. But normally the process takes about 3 to 4 months.
Wow. Okay, to preserve, there are 3 methods. Tell me about those.
Yes, so we do resin, which you'll see behind me here on this table. We also do pressed frame work, which can be found all on the walls inside the gallery. And then we do silk dyeing too, which we have a little pillow that's showcased.
Very cool. Okay, so being able to capture these incredible moments that people have and preserve them for a long time. This is ideal for gifts to be giving out, special occasions that you want to make last forever. And then with graduation season just around the corner.
Absolutely. So we like to preserve any kind of special moments. This just gives our clients the ability to look back at their flowers and really just try to like remember all the feelings that they had on the day of that special occasion.
Very cool. Now you specialize, of course, in custom.
Yes.
So people are going to be able to give you a call if they have something special that they
Absolutely,
like.
Absolutely. And you can actually head directly to our website and make a reservation and look at any of the items that we have there. But if you'd like a custom order, like something big like this, you'd have to reach out to us in advance.
All right, so much to come here at Prince Waikiki. We are checking out this incredible art installation today. Join us because we are actually going to walk through the art exhibit to show you just a little bit more. Stay with us, but we are going to go to break. We'll be back with more of Hi Now Daily.
Welcome back to Hi Now Daily. After losing her father, one local family set out to change how we say goodbye, offering eco-conscious, affordable options that honor both our loved ones and the land. Locally owned Pahiki Eco Caskets crafts each piece here in Hawaii from salvage and invasive trees, helping families return to earth with intention and care. And we have the founder, Courtney, here and the head casketeer, Logan, to talk about this sensitive topic, but this is just so beautiful. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, Courtney, I want to talk about, a passing of a loved one kind of inspired this transformation about the understanding of passing on of life. How did Pahiki Eco Caskets come to life?
Well, in 2010, when we found out my dad had terminal pancreatic cancer, it was really the first time that our family had ever had to explore or experience the death space. So we were very uninitiated, like most people are.
Right.
And we luckily had a neighbor who let us know that we actually had a lot of rights and options, and started kind of going down a path of fulfilling and honoring my dad's wish to be buried in a wooden casket, which surprisingly was pretty difficult to find at the time.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we were able to source one that really just matched the eco-conscious values and family culture that was important to us.
That's right. And speaking of sourcing, Logan, I kind of want to address you. So you are the maker of these beautiful caskets and urns. So let's just talk about a moment. Where do you find the pieces of wood, and also how long does it take you to make one of these caskets?
Yeah, so we source our wood from various mills across Oahu, as well as from the Big Island, where there's a lot of excess wood there. So it takes about 5 days to craft one of these boxes. We have to spend time with the raw wood, planing it down and doing all the edging and prepping it before we can actually start building. So.
Wow, that's right. So this in front of us, what type of wood is this one right here?
This is a monkey pod casket.
Okay, monkey pod casket. And I know we have urns right there in the front too, we'll take a look at, but there's like a time lapse of you making that casket. So you really preserve the original grain of these, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I try, especially with the urns, I try and start with just a single piece of wood, and I'll do a grain wrap all the way around. And for the caskets, I try and book match various pieces so that there's a mirror image on both sides of the wood.
Yeah, I wanted to take a look at these urns right here too. So you mentioned this is monkey pod, but this is also monkey pod too,
It
correct?
is, yes.
Okay. Do you stain these at all? Do you keep the natural grain?
No, it's a natural grain. Yeah, that's what was hidden inside of the tree. So.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Thank
and then
you.
what are these other woods that you have here?
This is koa, this is mango, and this is another type of koa.
That's beautiful. And
Thank
Logan, I kind of wanted to have you reveal a little bit to see what the inside is, because
Absolutely.
Courtney, I wanted to talk about that. You also, you're mentioning that there is a discrepancy within the space of passing on in life, and this is actually one of the rentals, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, let me pull the lid off.
So how does
you
that
can see
work
what
too? So, if you even had intention of cremation, but you wanted to do a viewing, how does this work?
So when families choose cremation, they often have visitations beforehand, whether that's actually at a service in a chapel or a church or venue, or a private visitation just for the family. So what often happens, especially in Hawaii, is that families purchase steel caskets for the occasion, which is about a 1 to 2 hour window, and they cannot be reused or resold. So unfortunately, these steel caskets are single use and they're being scrapped after. So we decided to craft a casket where the internal liner is just a standard cremation box, essentially.
Okay.
So it's made from rigid cardboard and then lined with our unbleached cotton muslin liner we use for all of our caskets. And there are like low profile rollers on the inside, and the bottom of the casket is hinged. So when the visitation is through, the hinge opens and the insert goes straight into the crematorium. So these are single use boxes.
Oh, wow, that's
so that,
amazing.
Yeah, families don't have to purchase something that will certainly never break down in the earth.
And I wanted to mention something about your keiki fund. So that is also such a very sensitive topic, but if an unfortunate event happens to a keiki, you guys offer kind of your services to that family, correct?
We do. So we have an ongoing keiki fund on our website, and anyone can contribute any amount at any time. and it subsidizes the cost of labor and materials so that we can provide caskets and urns to parents for just $1.
That's amazing.
And that's irrespective of people's financial situations or
Right.
socioeconomic situations. It's just purely a way to help kind of remove even a small amount of the burden from the family during such a complex time.
That's right. I mean, for people who want to learn more about Pahiki Caskets, your story, and just the story of everything and how it comes together, where can they find more information?
Our website is a great place to start, pahikikaskets.com. We're also on Instagram at Pahiki Caskets.
You know, it's such a beautiful way to honor the land life of those whom we have passed on. Thank you so much for sharing your story and your craftsmanship. We'll also post more details on ahainowdaily.com, but in the meantime, we're gonna go to break. We'll see you soon.
Aloha and welcome back to Hainao Daily. I'm back here with Kristen Mooks, who is the owner of Modern Bouquet Preservation. She's got this incredible art installation here at the Prince Waikiki. And now we heard all about your story, how this was all created, but now we're actually going to walk into the exhibit. So Kristen, if you can share with us this art installation that we're going through.
Okay, so this is called La Promenade des Fleurs, and basically it's a French translation for the Walk of Flowers. My husband is a talented general contractor, and he built the infrastructure for all the hanging flowers that you see here.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's from Tahiti, and he speaks French, which is why some of our collections, and this in particular, is French.
We know that the preservation process can take weeks, but how long did this take to get the art up and ready to go?
6 weeks ago, we decided to hang all of these flowers, dry all these flowers. So I calculated about 6,000 blooms that were necessary, and it's about 500 strands, and over 300 man hours. So me, together with my team, friends, family, even my teenage daughter, helped to string all of this together.
And I'm looking at some of the flowers, they're so gorgeous, but some of the ones that we see in bouquets for weddings or whatnot, so you got all of these flowers from friends that donated it to you.
Exactly. So friends in the wedding industry, including wedding planners, florists, who had clients that basically, they didn't need their wedding flowers anymore. And so it was like after the wedding, so they gave it and donated it to us, as well as florist shops that had like damaged or bruised stems that they couldn't sell. And so that's how it came to be.
But where did you get the inspiration for this?
We actually got the inspiration from Rebecca Louise Law's Awakening that showed at the Honolulu Museum of Art a few years ago. That collection was astonishing. And it took her over 15 years to amass. This, in contrast, was done in a short 6 weeks.
Ooh, it is beautiful. It's quite the sight to see. So you definitely have to step into the art installation here at Prince Waikiki. And now let's move over to this art piece. It is this stunning table. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so some of the flowers in here are actually too fragile to be used in La Promenade des Fleurs. So this is the best type of preservation for it because when it dries, it literally will fall apart in your hands. So this is all set into resin. The bottom layer, which is the most opaque, and then it kind of goes up in gradient to a nice clear on the top. But it's kind of like a dream of flowers, just something really mystical, whimsical, and mysterious.
Wow, imagine getting this as a gift or maybe getting it for yourself and it was flowers used at your wedding. Every time you're sharing a meal with your family on this table, you're gonna think about that special day. So that is perfection.
This one we call Flowers in the Wind, and basically it's based off of a poem by Robert Frost called Wind and Window Flower, and the story behind it is basically a man who falls in love. He's the winter wind. He falls in love with a girl who is the window flower, but he can't get to her because the window is shut. So this is a continuation of that love story where he returns in spring, the window is opened, and they can be together.
And then last but not least, I wanted to swing it this way so you can tell everybody about these frames.
Yeah, so we have these frames, and this is kind of what some of the work that we do in our office for our clients. But my girls actually in our office, my team, made these and designed these. It was really important for me to showcase some of their work so that they could share with their friends and family. So I asked them to create these for the exhibit.
Wow, okay, we were talking earlier about the preservation methods. This one looks like it's pressed, is that correct?
Exactly, so similar like how you would press petals in a book, but we don't use books. We use a little bit more sophisticated method, but it's the same idea to press the flowers and petals into the books and then to switch out the paper so that they remain vibrant over time, and then press in a frame so that you can hang on the wall.
Oh my goodness, absolutely exquisite. And if people walk through this art installation and they find themselves wanting these pieces, can they get them?
Yes, absolutely. So they all have little price card size, but you can just take a shot of it and reach out to us via email at hello@modernbouquetpreservation.com, and we can help you with any of those things.
Awesome. There's also some QR codes around here. Scan it with your phone. It takes you right to her website. But yeah, take a picture, send it to her by email, and it could be yours, but you got to get it first before anybody else does.
Exactly.
So make sure you come on in. It's one of a kind here at Prince Waikiki. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of Hi Now Daily.
I'm happy to be joined today by Jerry Clay. He offers a wonderful new service called Partnering. Now, Jerry, before we dive into partnering, can you share with everybody a little bit about your background?
Sure. I practiced law for over 50 years, and in that time, I got to absolutely loathe the legal system. It is bad for society. It's even worse for the people who get involved with it. That's why I discovered a different system called partnering, and that's why I established Clay Partnering.
And now you've got an article in the April issue of the Hawaii State Bar Journal. Can you share?
Let's start by giving a little history. The U.S. legal system is called the adversary system of justice. And what it demands of groups is people who formerly had a relationship accomplishing a goal now have to become adversaries. First dictionary definition, enemies. So you become an enemy and fight it out to see who's right. It's a bad system.
And that's why Clay Partnering is now available to those out in the community. And I wanted to ask you a little bit about what's different about partnering.
Partnering is different from the adversary system. It's exactly the opposite. The adversary system is about dispute resolution. There's a dispute, the parties can't talk to each other. Here's a system where we'll fight it out. Partnering, on the other hand, takes the group before they have any emotional problems and turns them into a team. It's dispute prevention versus dispute resolution.
Now, partnering has a long history. Can you give us a little bit of a background of that?
Sure. In the 1980s, the biggest builder in America, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, was falling behind because they were getting sued over and over again. So they appointed a new CEO. He then begins to investigate and finds that at Texas A&M University, there's a task force working on improving the construction project. He joins that, and out of that came the partnering process.
Now, it began in construction, and now you're saying Clay Partnering can do even more than that. You guys are offering this to a wide variety of businesses.
Absolutely. Clay Partnering is offering partnering services to any kind of group so long as they're not yet into an emotional dispute, whether that be government, whether that be profit-making businesses, whether that be nonprofits. This process molds a group of individuals, normally thinking about themselves and what they're going to do, into an effective team. The team will have established goals. They will have established a roadmap of how to accomplish the goal. They will create a more joyful and fulfilling work environment. Every group needs a roadmap, and that's what the group will have after partnering.
Teamwork, more success, and of course, happiness in the workplace. Let's expand on the nonprofits. I know that's very special to you.
Absolutely. I believe that the nonprofit community is so important to Hawaii. There are over 70,000 people working in nonprofits, and that's amongst 10,000 different nonprofits. Nonprofits do so much to improve society that I am offering to do partnering for nonprofits without charge.
That's incredible. Okay, so if people wanted to reach out to you, you've got a website, a lot of information there as well. Where would they go?
Clay Partnering, all one word, .com.
Jerry, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate your time. We're going to have all the details on HiNowDaily.com. Mahalo.
Good night.
And this Sunday, the American Lung Association will honor 4 incredible local women at the Outstanding Mother Awards, celebrating strength, leadership, and love, both in the family and community. And joining us today, we have Angela Peterson, the Development Coordinator, and Ellie Ventula Honda, the co-chair and the past 2023 honoree herself. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us, Natalie.
Okay, we see here, this is your award here from 2023, Outstanding Mother Award. Congratulations on that. But I would just love to hear about the event from your perspective.
Well, when I was asked to, I was going to be honored, I mean, I was very humbled. You know, being a mother, it's work all it's, you know, 24/7, and you never think of being honored for something that you do on a daily basis. But for an Outstanding Mother Award, it's the balancing your work schedule, your work life, family, as well as your philanthropic work that you do in the community, your volunteer work. So it's just a combination of things that you do that make you be recognized for something so prestigious like the Outstanding Mother Award.
I mean, I get inspired every single day hearing these stories, but you know, Angela, I would love to hear, you know, the women that you're honoring this year. Can you speak on them for a moment?
Yeah, this year we're honoring 4 amazing women. We've honored so many amazing women in the past as well. This year we're honoring Kathy Kemp of Central Pacific Bank. We're honoring Dr. Taryn Imai of the Queen's Health System. She's a thoracic surgeon there. We're also honoring Crystal Rose, who works she's a partner at Lung, Rose, Voss, and Wagnald, and she's also a trustee of Kamehameha Schools.
Oh, wow.
And then we are also honoring Jennifer Sabas, and she does work for Kaimana Hila. She was the right-hand woman for Daniel Inouye for years and years, and so they all just do amazing work.
These are all very recognizable women, you know, coming from places that we all know and love every single day. And I know this event is not just for honoring those women, those impactful, the process that they do, but also it's to raise awareness about screening for lung cancer. Can you speak upon that for a moment?
Yeah, so lung cancer is the #1 cancer killer of women. I don't think people realize that. You know, breast cancer, colon cancer, those cancers are always kind of more widely known. But lung cancer is the #1 cancer killer, not only of women, but also men in our state.
That's right.
And so we're trying to raise awareness around that. And we think the tie-in to this event is that the mothers are the gatekeepers of their family's health.
Right.
And so moms often prioritize their kids getting to doctor's visits, their husbands, and everybody else in their family. And so
they need to get in there too.
Exactly. They forget to take care of themselves. So we really want to raise awareness, and this is a good venue for it.
That's so beautiful, and it's happening this weekend on Sunday, the 6th annual, right? And Ellie, I wanted to talk about too, if people are watching, they wanted to support, learn more information, where can people go and donate?
Well, right now we do have, you can donate on our website.
There it is right there on your screen too, it's perfect.
Yes, and you also can call in to the organization for donations as well. Right now we sold out on tables.
Fantastic.
So we're looking forward to an exciting event this coming Sunday and honoring mothers as well as those that are, you know, taking care of themselves and the American Lung Association.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Ellie, too, and Angela, for supporting this amazing cause. We're going to have more details posted on HiNowDaily.com. In the meantime, we're going to have a short break, and we'll see you very soon. It's going to be a wonderful event.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it, Aloha gang? Joining us here on High Now Daily is Dr. Joe and Dr. Mariel of Home Call Vets. They brought in a special guest. Doc, who's that?
This is Maverick, and he is an absolutely adorable little Pomeranian Chihuahua cross with merle coloring. He's an absolute sweetheart of a dog. He's absolutely our favorite, one of our favorite patients.
Absolutely, the star of today's show. And Dr. Mariel, I wanted to ask you a little bit about Home Call Vets and the service you folks provide.
So we are new, and we are a network of veterinarians and technicians that are independent, and we're covering home service all over the island. So we do wellness care, we do skin diseases, behavior, mild GI diseases, and end-of-life care. And we go to your homes, and we bring a little hospital with us, and we'll help you out with your pets without going to the clinic, waiting, and we can do it at the convenience of your home.
Gotcha. And how does it just become an easier process for pet owners with you folks coming in to the home and helping to assist in that way?
Well, one of the first things is that it's a relaxed situation for the dogs. They're at home, it's their environment. In contrast to, you bring particularly a cat, as soon as you get into the veterinary clinic, his adrenaline is surging and he's terrified. Whereas in the home situation, that's a home. And so we come into a home, they're relaxed. We can sit down with the owner, look around in the environment and see what's going on in the environment, if there's maybe some issues with that, but give that advice in the comfort of home. And the convenience is an incredible factor. Not having to sit and wait in an emergency room, that also brings in another factor, which is affordability. Mm-hmm. An awful lot of the cases that we deal with don't need to be dealt with in a hospital. They can be dealt with at home simply, and you don't need to be going in and paying $1,000 for an emergency call for a mild diarrhea. Okay, we can go out there, treat it, take care of it in the home situation. If it gets beyond that, we'll refer to a brick and mortar practice that has more full hospitalization facilities. But about 80% of all the cases that we see can be dealt with at home with our little hospital right here. Mm-hmm. We carry basically everything we need. And frankly, by the looks of it, this is going to be cheaper than a veterinary hospital, but this is our hospital. And because the expense of our hospital is so low, we can get good, affordable service and not send you off to an emergency hospital when you don't need it. When you need it, we'll get you there.
Now, speaking of service, Dr. Mariel, let's expand more on the services that Home Call Vets provides.
So for wellness, obviously, Maverick is one of our favorite puppies. So we do vaccines, we do heartworm testing, all the wellness, health certificates even. And so those are the ones that we can tackle at home. We also do, if you have any skin allergies, being on an island, parasites like flea allergy, dermatitis, those are things that we can cover, and we can go at your home and be able to treat it and help you out with it. Also, we do some minor GI problems and end-of-life problems. We do find that, when we get to that point, it is best for them to be at home with the family, mm-hmm. and something that we would like to keep them comfortable and at that end-of-life situation. So that's one of our services, and that we do find is a better way of delivering that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then again, being able to keep the pet at home surrounded by loved ones and family during the
in a comfortable environment where they're not. For an end-of-life situation, I can't think of a worse place than a clinic. It's at home on a couch is the place to be in that in that situation. But actually, going back to the other end, when we're dealing with puppies, another reason. Again, you shouldn't be in a clinic where they're exposed to other diseases of sick dogs coming in. They should be taken care of at home for their vaccines. They absolutely need vaccines, but the best place to do that is right sitting at home.
Gotcha. Now, how does the process work for Home Call Vets? Where are we able to service currently, and how do people go about contacting and utilizing the service?
So right now, they can call us at 808-900-1833. And we can coordinate with veterinarians that are available. Our network is kind of substantial at this point. We can send technicians, we can send veterinarians to help you out depending on what your need is. And depending on what they need, we can set it up and help them out and go to their homes.
Gotcha. And we're servicing the entire island, correct?
All the way from Waianae to Waimanalo and up to the North Shore. So the entire island, we've got service, and we've got people all over the place to help out wherever you need it. We're trying to make first day appointments. trying to see patients same day called, if at all possible. And I know there's a long waiting list at a lot of veterinarians to try and get in and see something for basic vaccinations or whatever. We're trying to get out there and be there same day with our network of veterinarians.
Well, there you go, Dr. Mario, Dr. Joe, and Maverick, thank you very much. And for more info about home call vets, you can head to HiNowDaily.com.
Arcadia has over 50 years of experience caring for our kupuna. And today we're sharing and putting a spotlight on the incredible people that work there and their stories that make Arcadia feel like home. Let's check it out.
Arcadia family of companies is truly a hidden gem when it comes to employers across Hawaii. And they're looking for new hires to add to their ohana to help our kupuna continue to live their best lives.
Our mission here at Arcadia Family of Companies is to enrich the lives of Hawaii's kupuna. Here it's not just about the delivery of care and services, we go above and beyond that. It's all about having a sense of belonging, feeling welcomed with a lot of warmth. Everybody here is not a number, everyone has a life journey with us. The Arcadia Family of Companies was built on kindness, compassion, and respect, and that's what we call the AFC experience. We believe in connections, connecting with each other, and it's as simple as when you see each other in the hallway, you're 10 feet away, you give a smile and eye contact, and as you get closer, we say, hey, good morning, hello. So that's just one example of how we live and breathe day to day, those connections, those important and meaningful connections we talk about every day, and it's with every employee, every resident, client, and member every time. And it really just goes into the whole heart of our company. We take great pride in wearing our name badge. Once we put it on, we are representing the Arcadia family of companies, which means that all of our actions, our behaviors, our facial expressions, our body language is of that of kindness, compassion, and respect. Because we want people to feel good about being here, not just our kupuna, but also each other. And that's really the secret sauce of this company. And it's the employees. The employees are gonna tell you, you know what? It's about the work that they do, it's meaningful, and they love the people that they work with. That is one thing that we do well here at Arcadia Family of Companies. We love to celebrate, so we have service celebrations for our employees who have been here. We celebrate their tenure with us. Every week we're celebrating Nurses Week, Professional Admin Week, Housekeeping Week, Dining Services Week. So you name it, we celebrate it, and we celebrate it in style at all of our communities. One of our most generous benefits is our retirement benefit. The company contributes 8.5% towards employees' retirement. And coupled with that, we have free licensed and professional financial planners where they can really take a look at everyone's financial goals. And so that's a free service to our employees. We also have free meals for our employees, and they get paid while they're eating their meals. We also have very generous vacation, sick leave, and holiday, including a birthday holiday. And we have superior healthcare benefits. We pay single coverage at no cost to the employees. And our managers are very flexible in providing time off to our employees so that they can attend once-in-a-lifetime events, graduation, grandma's 100th birthday parties, weddings, and those types of things to make sure that they don't miss out on those very important family affairs. These are really wonderful, wonderful things that our employees look forward to. If you are looking for a wonderful place to work with compassion, kindness, and respect, please check us out at arcadia.org. We have positions such as certified nurse assistants, and we pay competitive. We pay really well for certified nurse assistants. We have RN positions, we have housekeeping, we have maintenance, drivers, and a few other positions in programs and wellness as well. So please check us out and join our family.
I'm hanging out in Kaimuki today, where you can support a variety of local artisans. From across the street, the local general store, to the bread shop or local ia. And I found myself right outside of Ono Pasta and Provisions, where they're making their pasta fresh daily. Let's head inside.
Ono Pasta and Provisions started about 12 years ago at farmers markets. We had a Roman guy, Andrea Onetti, started making pasta and selling it to the public. He then started selling to restaurants. Us being a client of his at Brickfire Tavern next door, grew to love his pasta. And so when he was ready to retire, the opportunity arose for myself and my partner, Danny Ka'ali'i, to take over. And we did, and under his stewardship, learned the pasta. Our new pasta maker is from Napoli. This space became available next to Brickfire Tavern, and it had these beautiful windows right fronting Wailai. So we decided, we were successful in the farmers markets, why don't we try a brick and mortar? So we got to build a pasta factory and a little shop. Everything in the store is kind of focused around a meal with pasta. We're not only making our fresh pasta in-house daily with ingredients either flown in from Italy, our pasta makers from Italy. Ingredients are the best that we can source, and if we can get them local and fresh, we do that. So in the shop, we partner with 3 different local farms, different bakers. We have different cheesemongers, sausage makers, all of that curated around making a fresh bowl of pasta or a dinner for your family at home. Coming and buying a meal here at Ono Pasta and Provisions is quite easy. We have everything curated and specced out for a party for 2. Our store team is really knowledgeable about what goes with what, from special sea salts from Portland to olive oils from both California and Italy. So yeah, everything here is designed, and we make it easy to have a dinner at home, including our wine, really good for 2 people. We also are expanding our line of take and bake products. Currently we have 3 different types of lasagnas. We've done a baked ziti. More are coming. With the variety of pasta, we also have gnocchi. We do an Okinawan sweet potato, and we do a potato and Parmesan. It's a very easy, delicious meal. We also, not only dinner, we have before and after, so we have all of our greens, but after is just as important. We have great biscottis from Italy. We have 2 different types of local chocolates. We have jams and marmalades made in Kailua, and everything is kind of curated for that perfect night. And we even have gelatos for dessert, so we got the sweet ending. We also have some housewares that are nicely curated for that perfect event. So either for gifts, we do nice gift baskets, for cutting boards, opinel knives, and different glassware to go with the different spirits that we do sell. Our partnership with ASB has been a great one. They really do support local businesses, and we love that, and we definitely feel the love from them. We do an ASB promotion here. We're launching it. It is a $3 off. Spend $20 and you get a $3 off if you use an ASB debit card. The Shop Local program not only supports us here at Ono Pasta and Provisions, but also at our sister restaurant next door, Brickfire Tavern, where if you spend $70, you can get $15 off your meal of pastas that were made right here, cooked for you next door. Being a business owner in Hawaii is great. I think the community of business owners, especially in this industry that I'm in, everyone's very supportive and like-minded. And I think unlike other cities where different restaurant groups kind of rival with each other, I have found everyone here kind of wants the rising tide to raise all ships. So it's a true community. I love it, and ASB kind of exemplifies that with their Shop Local program and getting more people connected. We just love being part of the community and part of that Shop Local network they've developed. Come visit us at 9th and Wailai. You can come to the pasta shop and check out what we have going on, or you could decide to stay in the neighborhood and have dinner next door at Brickfire Tavern.
Welcome back to Hi Now Daily. We're hanging out at the Prince Waikiki to check out this gorgeous art installation by Kristen Mooks, and it's called Second Bloom. Now we're talking all show long about her business, Modern Bouquet Preservation, and wow, oh wow, is everything in here so stunning.
Thank you so much.
Kristen, you have to tell everybody now about the custom pieces that people can order from you, including some of these pieces that we're seeing here.
Yeah, so in addition to the frames that we talked about earlier, a lot of our clients like to order resin. So this is some of the pieces that you can find on our website.
Beautiful. Okay, let's talk a little bit deeper on custom orders. What does that entail, and when should people come to you with their bouquets or their flowers or anything that they'd like preserved?
Absolutely. So if you know in advance that you want a preservation, please reach out to us ahead of time. But if you don't know and you just fell in love with your flowers that you just received, feel free to call us or email us right away, and we can help you with that.
And you don't just do flowers, even though flowers are so gorgeous and many occasions where flowers are given and received.
That's true.
But you do other things.
Yeah, so including the flowers, they like to just insert a little bit of their own custom things in there. Sometimes we see sand, sometimes we see pins or pictures of loved ones, like little charms. I mean, you name it. We've even had bird feathers.
Bird feathers. Yes. Hey, you never know what people want preserved these days, but very cool that you have this service for them. So these are some custom things that you put together. And then we're gonna move over onto the other side, because if people wanted to go into your shop, in Kahala, you also have pieces that people can pick up right away.
Right, so if you need a small gift for some special occasion that's coming up, we sell these little gifts inside our shop, and we have like a cup here that's branded with our flower prints, which is really pretty here. We make jewelry trays, coasters, magnets.
Wow, this is so beautiful with the purple. I love that with preservation, you're able to keep the look, the color, and the feel of the moment.
Exactly.
I love this. So many ideas are coming to mind, a lot of locations that are coming up. So if people wanted to get any of their items preserved, whether it's pins or feathers or sand or your bouquets and flowers, where can they go to get in touch with you?
They can go directly to our website, www.modernbouquetpreservation.com, or they can call us anytime, 808-738-7767.
And then you can also visit you in Kahala. Tell everybody where your shop is.
Correct. So we're at 5205 Kilauea Avenue, by appointment usually, so give us a text in advance.
And don't forget to check out one of her workshops that's going to be happening right here. What's that one all about?
Yeah, so we're going to be teaching a silk dye and print workshop. We'll teach you what kind of botanicals to use best on your silk dye, how to lay out a beautiful piece, as well as how to infuse that silk with the botanicals that you're going to be using, all here at the Prince Waikiki.
All right, so stay tuned for that. Check out her website when that's going to be happening, but we're also going to have everything on our website, HiNowDaily.com. Mahalo.
The sun is setting here in Kailua Kona, and I'm here with Ray Nakamura, who's the office assistant here at the Waipahu Community School for Adults. But we're not in Waipahu. Ray, do you mind sharing where we are?
We're on the campus of Kealakekee Intermediate School in Kailua Kona.
and this area turns into our campus at night.
Instead of intermediate, we have adults here learning. Do you mind sharing what the different curriculum is that you guys have here at the school?
We have English language acquisition, adult basic education, and high school equivalencies.
And if you were to share the types of students that you have here, is it one type or what does that look like?
Well, with our ESL classes, they are from all different areas. And here for adult basic education and high school equivalencies, they're from teenagers like 19 or so to like adults.
I'm from Mexico City and I moved to here 22 years ago. I knew a little bit of English, but now because of the school helped me to develop all of this vocabulary and interaction. I decided to improve my English because I need to communicate, first of all, with the teachers of my daughters. I need to understand what was the homework. Miss Georgia teach me the everyday activities. Is, for example, we talk about the news. She give to us the words, vocabulary, and then we can read an article, and then we can discuss the article in class. So I think this interaction helped me a lot to understand the everyday, what happened every day around me.
There's a secret to being a teacher, and that secret is to form relationships that are caring and personal. I believe that teaching is integrated, so pronunciation is very important, vocabulary is very important, comprehension, learning how to dialogue so that people understand them and they understand people.
Anyone who maybe hasn't, for one reason or another, finished their high school or gotten their high school diploma, it's a phenomenal opportunity for them to come back to school and learn. Do you mind sharing the different ways to learn in person and online? Is that correct?
So we have classes Tuesday and Thursday nights, online or in person here on our campus.
What is the best recommendation for people looking to get more information?
They can go to our website at www.wcsahawaii.org. There's also like our registration information, our flyers, what we offer. There's many different informations there.
Welcome back here in the studio. Thank you for watching with us here in Hi Now Daily. You know, we had some really meaningful conversations, starting off with Pahiki Eco Caskets. It's important to have those conversations with ourselves, with our ohana, with our family, to talk about those next stages. And also the American Lung Association with the event that they have this weekend for the outstanding mothers. And thank you for joining us Hi Now Daily. We have a great show with you tomorrow, and we'll see you on Tuesday.